Hi everyone, today's video is really exciting because it's kind of not really an anti-haul. Oh, y'all see my eyebrow? It's getting a little crazy. Oops. Oh well, we'll just ignore it. But it's makeup items I don't want to buy again. And it's not like a specific item or a specific brand. It's like this blanket topic. Like, I don't want to buy these again. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think it will when I get into it. So let's just go ahead and start talking about some things. First and foremost, contour palettes. I have this IBY Beauty one that I got from BoxyCharm when I had that. I don't feel like this is functional for me because I don't need 3 different contour shades. I realize that my skin gets like a few shades darker and a few shades lighter throughout the year. But I don't need 3 separate shades of contour and highlight. This one is honestly pretty light. So I can really probably use all 3 of these. I don't know what I would use this one for. This highlight. I guess I'd use that as a face powder. But I just don't need, like, the way contour kits work in general is they try to put in a shade that works for everybody. Well, I'm just one gal. I don't need a shade that works for everybody. I just need a shade that works for me. And I get that if you're a makeup artist, it's really beneficial to have different shades in one palette, but I very rarely do makeup on other people. And if I do, I'll just grab a single that works for them. So no, I'm not going to buy another one of those. Similarly, highlighting palettes. Now, I am just going to say with this caveat, because y'all, if you watched me before, you know, if anything comes out with Disney, like if this was a Disney highlighting palette, I'm buying it because I love Disney so much. But besides that, like, this is the Becca Jaclyn Hill one. This is the first one she came out with. I love these 2 shades. This is Pearl and Champagne Pop. Champagne Pop, honestly, can be slightly dark for me. Pearl always works. But this Rose Quartz shade, is that what it's called? No, sorry, Blushed Copper. It's very pretty. When can I use that? Never. Never in 10 billion years. Now, again, I realize that there are a ton of people that would look gorgeous on. And I appreciate that. But, again, I don't do makeup on people that often that aren't me. And so why do I need that pan? I don't. And the same way like those Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kits. The exception is like the Moonchild Palette. Because I think since those are such different shades, that might work for more people. But in general, she has lighter shades and darker shades, and I get that, again, because if you're a makeup artist and you're going to have clientele that are like fairer than fair and deeper than deep, and you want to have things that work on everybody, and everybody should have makeup that works for them. But like, if you're a deep skin gal, this is not going to be pretty on you. It's just not, and you wouldn't wear that, and I'm not going to wear this, so why do we both have to buy the same palette when we could just buy a single? And I'll buy this little pale white thing, and you can buy this beautiful dark thing, and it works for you, it works for me. We don't need a palette that has things that don't work for us. Does it make sense? That's just how I feel about it. So I don't think I'll buy any more highlighting palettes. Unless I see one like Alchemist. This is the Kat Von D Alchemist palette, and it's got these like crazy colorful shades. This, I think, works for anybody. Now, I could be wrong. If you have a deeper skin tone and you're watching this and you're like, girl, that looks ashy as hell on me. Sorry. Then tell me, because I would like to know. But because they have these beautiful, like, shifts of color, I think it might be more forgiving on deeper skin tones. But, you know, so something like that, like I said, the Moonchild palette, although I think there are a few shades that would be way too dark for my skin tone. So I just think that people get so excited because they're these new things and everyone talks about them. But if you can only use a couple of shades out of it, why would you buy it? Kind of along the same vein are not necessarily this palette, but these palettes that have like a gradient of shades. So like, look at this yellow. We got 4 yellows here. 4 yellows. None of these are great, I'm not gonna lie. On the eyelids, those are gonna look the same, y'all. Well, not this like sparkly one, but like, they're gonna look the same. You don't need this gradient. And I really was thinking specifically, I don't own one, and I'm not Fashion's brand, obviously. But like those Morphe palettes that have like you know, 35 shades and probably 32 of them are pretty much the same with slight variations. I get that in a swatch, you're like, nah girl, slightly lighter, slightly darker, what are you talking about? Put those on your eyes. Put one on one eye, one on the other. They're gonna look the same. They just are. So these palettes that have these beautiful gradients, yeah, they look gorgeous in the pan, but in real life, they're just not functional, and you're gonna just end up with a bunch of shades that look the same. I don't need that. I don't want it. All right. I love pigments. I think pigments have a place. I think they're beautiful. I think that they can give you a really unique look, and I'm just a big fan. I will not buy these pigments with the stoppers, though. Look. This is a pigment, and it's got a stopper. This is by Pixie. It's the shade Brightening Bear, and it's really pretty. I don't really love the shade for a pigment anyway, but you know, like if you have a really unique shade, like some pigments are great. I use them. I know that they're messy. I have pigment in my eye today. It didn't blend out as well as I wanted, but you know, that's life. But these stopper pigments, you don't have any control. Like you can't really put them the way you want. You don't really get to control how much is coming out or not coming out. And for some reason, and I don't know why, I don't know if it's some sort of formulation, but I have different brands that have this same format. These seem to crease on me much worse than anything else as far as pigment goes. So no, I get why they did this, to be functional and to be helpful, but I think in actuality this is not functional and I would not be purchasing. And I don't want to buy anything else like that. The next product, sorry, it was a little messy. I was trying to make it pretty for y'all. Are brow powders. This is like a little brow kit. Sure as heck would never buy this again. This is another thing that I got from BoxyCharm. And I don't need 3 brow shades because I only have 2 brows. I know that you can use a duo and do like a little bit lighter and then a little darker. I get that. Look at all this highlight. Hippo. That's what it is from Colourpop. 10 out of 10 recommend. But that being said, I don't need a brow powder. I have pretty decent brows on their own. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but they're pretty decent. So I would much rather use a pencil because for me it's faster and easier. And if I want to use a brow powder because I'm just feeling it one day, I want like a fluffier look, I will use an eyeshadow that works as a brow powder. Because your girl has about literally close to 1,000 eyeshadows. I don't need some brow powders that are pretty much the same thing, just slightly less pigmented. No, I'll just use an eyeshadow. I use an eyeshadow, use my eyebrow brush. It'll be the same thing. Nobody will ever know. So no, brow powders, they're not for me. Next. Glitter top coats for nail polish. I love glitter. I have glitter on today. Look at that. So pretty. I don't want these stupid glitter top coats because in the bottle you're like, look how cool. And then you pull it out and you're like, oh wow. Look, there's like 5.5 glitters on there, and then you're gonna put them on your nails, and you're gonna put a thick coat so you can get it to show up, and then you're gonna have to wait literally hours. I'm not being dramatic here, hours for it to dry. I don't have hours to wait for it to dry. I'm a scientist, which is not. I mean, you know, I'm busy. I have 3 jobs, and I'm finishing up a master's degree, and that's not just me. I know everyone is busy. You got kids. You don't want to sit there and be like, Sorry, honey, I know you're crying and you just smacked your face, but my nails are wet. I'm sorry. Like, no, like Hippo and Kanga, they love to want to get petted when my nails are dry or my nails are wet. So, no, I'm not going to buy these little glitter top coats. Now, sorry, I wasn't putting it on right. These ones, these beautiful polishes that have glitter mixed in, that when you pull it out are opaque and you're like, yeah girl, that's what it's gonna look like on my nails, all about them. They have a texture. I'm fine with texture. Textured polish doesn't bother me at all. This is just a glitter. I mean, this is 3 coats of a glitter, but I'm okay with that. I can do 3 coats. But something like this, I love. Something like this, nay. So there's a difference. I just want to clarify that. I'm not going to buy these again. And the last thing is kind of broad, but duo, trios, and quads. Eyeshadow singles, especially those Colourpop ones, y'all. These Colourpop Super Shock shadows, I know they're not as hyped anymore because they come up with the pressed ones, and the pressed ones are beautiful too. These are amazing. Like, you want some color and some sparkle, look at that. Just, that's what it looks like on your eyeball. Yes, I'm down for a single. I can get a single. I never use these. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with, and these are just 3 that I pulled out. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these. And you know, but I'm going to wear like 17 different eyeshadows on my eyes. So I'm not going to pull for a duo, trio, or quad. I'm just not. I know I'm not. And no matter how pretty they are or how much I like the way they look, I don't reach for them because I'm going to reach for a palette. I like palettes. I never used to get that, like especially when I first started my channel, people were like, I never pull for these because I have my palettes. I was like, girl, just pull for them. What do you mean you don't? I don't pull for them now either. So I get that. I understand. Can we just talk about how this Colourpop just won't come off? I love that. But yeah, I just don't use these. So I don't feel like I should keep buying them when I know that I would much rather have a palette. So those are all items, like big groups of items that I personally will never buy again. You can still buy them. Let me know if you're like, yeah, girl, I agree. Or if you're like, nah, no. Or if there's something I didn't mention and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to buy those anymore. Let me know that. I'm intrigued. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just something I kind of came up with and I was like, well, let's make a video. Maybe they'll enjoy it. So I hope you like this video. As always, please leave me any questions, requests, suggestions, comments down below. I love talking to you. It's one of my all-time favorite things. So, you know, comment whatever you would like. And I always love making videos, but I want to make videos that you want to see. So if there's something that you're like, girl, please make this, let me know and I will do that. Even though, well, that just seems mean. I always like to make videos y'all request, but then it seems like the videos that I get requested for never get as many views for some reason. I don't really know. But I'm still going to make them because I want to make y'all happy. That's the goal. So, yeah, I'll just see y'all real soon. Bye.